It is both an honor and a profound responsibility to stand before you today. For nearly 3 decades, I have pursued an extraordinary quest, a quest not for gold or fleeting fame, but for the fundamental principles governing human achievement. My guidepost was a challenge issued by the great industrialist, Andrew Carnegie, who believed passionately that the formula for outstanding success could be discovered, codified, and taught to any person willing to learn and apply it. This quest led me, as Mr. Carnegie directed, into the laboratory of human experience. I did not merely read books or theorize in isolation. I immersed myself in the lives of individuals. I sat across from titans of industry like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and John D. Rockefeller. I interviewed inventors, statesmen, artists, and philosophers. But crucially, I also studied thousands of ordinary men and women, some struggling, some moderately successful, and some who had risen from the humblest beginnings to positions of great influence and affluence. In total, over 10,000 individuals became the subjects of my intense analysis. Today, I wish to share with you the supreme distillation of that monumental study. This is not mere opinion, it is the empirical harvest gleaned from observing the patterns, habits, mindsets, and actions that consistently separate those who achieve their major purpose in life from those who merely exist, often in quiet desperation. What I present are the immutable, universal laws of success, as dependable as the law of gravity. Understand them, believe in them, and most importantly, apply them consistently, and you hold the keys to unlock doors you may have thought were permanently barred to you. The bedrock principle, definiteness of purpose. The very first, the most non-negotiable lesson learned from analyzing those 10,000 souls is this: success begins with a burning, crystal-clear definiteness of purpose. The fatal flaw of drift, the overwhelming majority, easily 95%, of those who struggle or fail utterly lack this crucial element. They drift through life like rudderless ships, tossed by every wave of circumstance, whim, or popular opinion. They have no central aim, no primary goal towards which all their efforts are directed. They are busy but not productive in any meaningful, accumulative sense. The power of the bullseye. Conversely, every single individual I studied who had achieved outstanding success possessed this quality in marked degree. They knew exactly what they wanted. This wasn't a vague wish, it was a white-hot obsession, a picture so vivid in their minds it dominated their thoughts day and night. Henry Ford wanted to democratize the automobile. Edison wanted to conquer darkness with electric light. Their purposes were specific, measurable, and burned within them. How definiteness functions: this clear purpose acts as a magnetic force. It attracts the necessary knowledge, people, opportunities, and resources aligned with its achievement. When you know precisely what you want, your subconscious mind becomes a powerful radar, detecting pathways you would otherwise miss. A filter for decision, it provides an unwavering standard against which to measure every action, every opportunity, every relationship. Does this move me closer to my definite purpose? If not, it is discarded. A source of supreme confidence, knowing what you want and why you want it generates an inner fortitude that withstands temporary defeat and criticism. Doubt cannot easily penetrate a mind fortified by a burning purpose. The practical step: you must define your major purpose in writing. Be specific. State what you want, when you intend to achieve it, set a deadline, what you are willing to give in return. Success demands payment in advance, usually in effort and persistence, and the specific plan you will follow. Read this written statement aloud with emotion, twice daily upon rising and before retiring. This imprints it upon your subconscious, turning it from a wish into an unyielding command.
The Mastermind Alliance. The synergy of coordinated effort. No person achieves enduring success alone. The second fundamental principle revealed by my analysis is the indispensable power of the Mastermind Alliance. Beyond ordinary cooperation, a mastermind alliance is far more than a casual group or a networking club. It is a harmonious coordination of knowledge and effort between two or more people working towards a definite purpose in a spirit of perfect harmony. This harmony is crucial. Friction destroys the alliance's power. Accessing the third mind. When minds blend in perfect harmony towards a common objective, they create an intangible yet incredibly powerful third mind. This collective intelligence transcends the sum of its parts. It becomes a reservoir of knowledge, experience, creativity, and psychic energy that each member can tap into. It's as if you gain access to the combined brainpower and resources of the entire group. Andrew Carnegie's secret weapon. Mr. Carnegie attributed the bulk of his colossal fortune to his ability to organize and inspire mastermind groups. He surrounded himself with brilliant minds, chemists, engineers, managers, financiers, each an expert in their field, all working in concert towards the common goal of building the greatest steel empire in the world. He understood that his own knowledge was finite, but the collective intelligence of a harmonious group was virtually infinite. The practical step: carefully select individuals whose knowledge, skills, resources, and character complement your own and align with your definite purpose. Seek those who possess qualities you lack. Establish regular meetings, in person is best, but correspondence can work, dedicated solely to advancing the common purpose. Meet in a spirit of absolute harmony, mutual respect, and shared commitment. Contribute your utmost. The power generated will astonish you. Applied faith, the unshakable belief that moves mountains. Faith, in the context of achievement, is not solely religious dogma. It is, as revealed through 10,000 cases, a state of mind born from the indomitable belief in the attainment of one's definite purpose, backed by such intense desire that it becomes a profound, unshakable conviction. Faith versus hope versus wish. Hope is passive, it desires a favorable outcome but lacks conviction. A wish is fleeting and weak. Applied faith is active, dynamic, and certain. It is the absolute knowing that you will achieve your goal, regardless of current circumstances or apparent obstacles. It is the mental attitude that says, "It is done," even while the physical work is in progress. The subconscious conductor. Faith is the primary force that programs the subconscious mind. When you believe something utterly and completely, your subconscious accepts it as a command and works ceaselessly, day and night, to translate that belief into physical reality. It guides your actions, attracts corresponding circumstances, and unlocks hidden reservoirs of energy and creativity. Doubt paralyzes the subconscious. Faith energizes it. Cultivating applied faith. Faith is not inherited, it is cultivated through autosuggestion, the repeated, emotional affirmation of your definite purpose and your belief in its attainment, the daily reading ritual. Knowledge and preparation. Faith flourishes on a foundation of knowledge and a well-laid plan. Study your field, understand the principles involved, and your faith becomes rational and strong. Association. Surround yourself with people of faith, those who believe in you and in the principle of achievement. Avoid chronic doubters and pessimists, their vibrations are toxic to faith. The practical step: consciously banish doubt and fear. Replace them with affirmations of belief. Visualize yourself already in possession of your goal, feeling the emotions of that success. Act as if you already possess the faith and certainty required. Action based on faith reinforces the belief. The power of a pleasing personality, your silent salesman. Success is rarely achieved in isolation. It requires the cooperation, support, and goodwill of others. My analysis revealed that a pleasing personality is not superficial charm. It is a cultivated, magnetic force that attracts opportunity and opens doors. More than good looks. While physical appearance plays a role, cleanliness, posture, the core of a pleasing personality lies in character traits projected through attitude and behavior. The most crucial elements include positive mental attitude, enthusiasm, optimism, cheerfulness. People are drawn to light, repelled by gloom. Flexibility and tact, the ability to adapt to others without compromising core principles, and to speak truth without causing unnecessary offense. Sincerity and authenticity, people sense phoniness. Genuine interest in others is magnetic. Tolerance and open-mindedness, respect for differing viewpoints creates rapport. Sense of humor, the ability to laugh, especially at oneself, eases tension and builds connection. Effective communication, clear speech, good listening skills, and the ability to articulate thoughts well. The silent salesman, your personality is constantly selling you, for better or worse. It precedes you in negotiations, influences how people interpret your words, and determines whether others want to help you or hinder you. A truly pleasing personality disarms resistance and creates allies. Cultivating your personality. This is a lifelong endeavor of self-observation and refinement. Study successful people you admire. Solicit honest feedback. Practice the traits you wish to embody. Remember, it's about making others feel valued and comfortable in your presence. Going the extra mile, rendering more service than paid for. This principle, observed in every single outstanding achiever, is perhaps the most revolutionary and powerful of all. The habit of rendering more and better service than you are paid for, and doing it with a positive attitude. Breaking the scarcity mindset. The average person operates on the principle of exact exchange. I will do exactly what I'm paid for, and no more. This is the mentality of scarcity and limitation. Going the extra mile is the philosophy of abundance. It acknowledges a universal law. You only get more by first giving more. How it creates opportunity. O builds trust and reliability. It demonstrates integrity and commitment far beyond the norm. Creates indispensability. The person who consistently delivers more than expected becomes invaluable. Attracts favorable attention. Your extra effort doesn't go unnoticed by discerning individuals, often those in positions to offer greater opportunities. Develops initiative and resourcefulness. Constantly seeking ways to add value expands your capabilities. Builds self-respect. Knowing you've given your best creates powerful inner satisfaction. The law of increasing returns. This principle operates like compound interest. The extra service you render may not be immediately compensated, but the universe has a way of returning it multiplied, often from unexpected sources and in unexpected ways. It builds your reputation, the most valuable asset you possess. The practical step. In every task, large or small, ask yourself, how can I do this better than expected? What extra value can I add? Make this a habitual way of working and living. Do it not for immediate reward, but as an expression of your character and your understanding of the law. Personal initiative, the engine of action. Knowledge, plans, and dreams are worthless without personal initiative. The habit of starting and following through without being told. The paralysis of procrastination. The most common reason for failure, observed time and again, is the habit of putting off until tomorrow what should be done today. Procrastination is the thief of time, opportunity, and achievement. It stems from indecision, fear, or laziness. The hallmark of leadership. Leaders are invariably people of initiative. They see what needs to be done, make a decision, and act. They don't wait for perfect conditions or explicit instructions. They create momentum. Cultivating initiative. Make decisions promptly. Practice making smaller decisions quickly and firmly. Build the decision-making muscle. Start now. When you have a definite task related to your purpose, begin immediately. Don't overplan into paralysis. Finish what you start. Develop the discipline to see things through to completion. Initiative without follow-through is useless. Embrace responsibility. Volunteer for tasks. Seek solutions to problems, don't just report them. Be a self-starter. The practical step. Identify one important task you've been putting off. Commit to starting it immediately after this lecture. Then, resolve to finish it. Use this small victory as a catalyst for building the permanent habit of initiative. 7. Self-discipline. The master key to power. Self-discipline is the ability to control your thoughts, emotions, words, and actions in order to achieve your definite purpose, regardless of distractions, temptations, or discomfort. Mastering the internal world. Success is an inside job. Before you can command external circumstances, you must command yourself. Self-discipline is the governor on the engine of your desires and ambitions. Without it, energy is wasted, focus is scattered, and efforts are undermined. The core areas of discipline. Control of thought, directing your mind persistently towards your purpose and positive outcomes, rejecting negativity and distraction, linked to applied faith. Control of emotion, managing feelings like fear, anger, and discouragement, channeling enthusiasm and desire constructively. Control of time, organizing your day effectively, prioritizing tasks related to your purpose, avoiding time wasters. Control of effort, consistently applying yourself, even when motivation wanes. Doing the work, day in and day out. Control of habits, consciously cultivating positive habits, like going the extra mile, saving, and eliminating detrimental ones, procrastination, gossip, overspending. The price and the reward. Self-discipline requires constant effort and the denial of immediate gratification. However, the reward is personal power, freedom from external controls, self-respect, and the ability to achieve sustained results. It is the foundation upon which all other principles effectively operate. The practical step: identify your weakest link, the area where lack of discipline most hinders you. Commit to mastering just that one area for the next 30 days. Use willpower, affirmations, and structure to reinforce the new behavior. Self-discipline is a muscle strengthened through use. 8. Learning from defeat, the stepping stones of success. One of the most profound insights gleaned from 10,000 lives is that temporary defeat is not failure. In fact, it is often an essential, disguised part of the journey to great achievement. The universal experience. Every single successful person I studied experienced significant setbacks, obstacles, and what appeared to be crushing defeats. Edison's thousands of failed light bulb experiments. Ford's early bankruptcies. Lincoln's political defeats before the presidency. Defeat is not the exception, it is the rule. The critical distinction. The difference between ultimate success and permanent failure lies not in the experience of defeat, but in the reaction to it. Failure accepts defeat as final, gives up, blames others or circumstances. Success analyzes the defeat for the lesson it contains, adjusts the plan, gathers new resources, often through the mastermind, and comes back with renewed determination and greater wisdom. Defeat becomes feedback, not finality. Building resilience. Each defeat overcome builds persistence, another key principle, and character. It teaches humility, refines strategy, and strengthens the burning desire. Often, the greatest opportunities arise directly from the ashes of a well-handled defeat. The practical step: when faced with a setback, consciously reject the label failure. Ask yourself, what precise lesson does this teach me? What part of my plan or approach needs adjustment? How can I use this experience to become stronger or wiser? Extract the seed of equivalent benefit, then resume your pursuit with greater insight. Creative vision. Seeing the invisible. Beyond logical planning lies creative vision, the ability to see possibilities, solutions, and the completed form of your desire in your mind's eye before it exists in physical reality. The blueprint of achievement. Everything created by humans exists twice, first as a clear mental image, then as a physical manifestation. The architect sees the building, the inventor sees the working device, the entrepreneur sees the thriving business. This is not idle daydreaming, it is purposeful, focused imagination. How it works with the subconscious. When you hold a clear, detailed, and emotionally charged mental picture of your desired outcome, you impress it powerfully upon your subconscious mind. Your subconscious, guided by your definite purpose and faith, then works tirelessly to find the means, attract the resources, and guide your actions to bring that picture into reality. It becomes your internal navigator. Beyond the obvious, creative vision also involves foresight, anticipating trends, needs, and obstacles. It involves synthetic imagination, combining existing elements in new ways, and creative imagination, generating entirely new ideas inspired by infinite intelligence. The practical step: dedicate quiet time daily to visualization. Close your eyes and construct a detailed, sensory-rich mental movie of yourself having already achieved your definite purpose. See the scene, hear the sounds, feel the emotions of success. Make it as vivid and real as possible. This is the workshop where your future is forged. Sound physical health, the temple of achievement. While often overlooked in discussions of success principles, my analysis revealed that sustained high achievement is virtually impossible without a reasonable foundation of sound physical health. Energy is the currency. Achievement demands sustained mental focus, emotional resilience, and physical effort. Chronic fatigue, illness, or pain drains the vital energy required for initiative, self-discipline, creative vision, and persistence. It clouds judgment and saps enthusiasm. The mind-body connection. A neglected or abused body creates mental fog, irritability, and depression, all enemies of a positive mental attitude and applied faith. Conversely, physical vitality enhances mental clarity, emotional stability, and overall confidence. Practical foundations. This doesn't necessitate being an athlete, but it does require basic stewardship. Moderation in diet, fueling the body effectively, avoiding excesses that cause lethargy or ill health. Reasonable exercise, maintaining circulation, strength, and flexibility. Adequate rest and sleep, allowing the body and mind to repair and rejuvenate. Avoidance of harmful excesses, understanding the destructive impact of alcohol, drugs, or other toxins on clarity and energy. The practical step: honestly assess your physical habits. Choose one area, e.g., diet, sleep, exercise, where improvement would yield more energy and clarity. Commit to a small, sustainable change. View caring for your body as essential maintenance for your success vehicle. Budgeting time and money, the discipline of resources. Two of the most common and destructive sources of failure observed were the mismanagement of time and money. Mastery over these resources is fundamental. Time, your most precious, non-renewable asset. The tyranny of the urgent. Most people spend their days reacting to demands, not proactively building their future. They confuse activity with achievement. Budgeting time. Treat time like money. Allocate specific blocks for activities directly related to your definite purpose, planning, skill development, key actions. Prioritize ruthlessly. Learn to say no to non-essential demands. Protect your high-focus periods. Efficiency versus effectiveness. Focus on doing the right things, effectiveness, aligned with purpose, rather than just doing things right, efficiency. Money, the tool of exchange. The poverty consciousness. Fear of lack, living beyond means, chronic debt, and failure to save/invest create constant stress and limit options. This mindset repels abundance. The habit of saving. Pay yourself first. A minimum of 10% of earnings should be systematically saved or invested before paying other expenses. This builds a reserve for opportunity and emergencies, fostering security and confidence, applied faith in material form. Systematic giving. Allocating a portion, even a small one, for charitable giving or helping others without expectation of return activates the law of increasing returns and cultivates an abundance mindset. Budgeted spending. Know where your money goes. Create a simple budget allocating funds for necessities, savings, personal development, and discretionary spending. Avoid impulse purchases. The practical step: track your time meticulously for 1 week. Identify time sinks. Then, create a simple daily schedule prioritizing 1 to 2 hours of uninterrupted work on your definite purpose. Simultaneously, start the habit. Save 10% of your next income immediately upon receipt. Open a separate account if necessary. Cosmic habit force. Aligning with universal law. The culmination of my research points to a profound, underlying principle: cosmic habit force. This is the observable tendency of nature and the universe to establish habits, recurring patterns of behavior, at all levels. Habits, the invisible architecture of life. Your thoughts, actions, and even circumstances tend to crystallize into habits. These habits, good or bad, eventually operate automatically, shaping your destiny with relentless force. Sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny. Aligning with natural law, success principles, definiteness of purpose, going the extra mile, applied faith, etc., are not arbitrary rules. They are expressions of universal laws, akin to gravity or electricity. When you consciously cultivate habits based on these principles, you align yourself with cosmic habit force. You tap into a current of natural power that supports and accelerates your efforts. You create positive, self-reinforcing cycles, breaking negative cycles. Conversely, habits based on fear, doubt, procrastination, or dishonesty align you with destructive patterns, creating cycles of failure and lack. Cosmic habit force works neutrally. It magnifies whatever habits you establish. The practical step: understand that your primary task is to consciously and persistently cultivate the habits embodied in the success principles. Use self-discipline, autosuggestion, and your mastermind group to reinforce these positive habits until they become your automatic, default way of operating. You are not fighting the universe. You are learning to harness its fundamental habit-forming tendency for your benefit. Building to the crescendo. Ladies and gentlemen, these 12 principles: definiteness of purpose, the mastermind, applied faith, pleasing personality, going the extra mile, personal initiative, self-discipline, learning from defeat, creative vision, sound health, budgeting time and money, and cosmic habit force, are not mere theories. They are the inflexible, universal laws governing human achievement, extracted from the crucible of 10,000 real lives. I observed these principles operating, without exception, in the lives of the truly great. I also witnessed the tragic absence or violation of these same principles in the lives of those who struggled or failed. The difference was not luck, birthright, or education in the conventional sense. The difference was knowledge and application of these fundamental laws. This is the great discovery. Success is not a mystery reserved for a chosen few. It is a science, as exact as chemistry or mathematics. It operates on cause and effect. Apply the causes, cultivate these principles as habits, and the effect of success becomes inevitable. The supreme secret. You will notice I have not mentioned money as the primary goal. Money is important, yes, but it is a byproduct of service rendered, of value created in alignment with these principles. The true secret lies in directing your mind, with burning desire and unwavering faith, towards a definite major purpose that inspires service to others. When you do this, mastering yourself and applying these laws, money and material rewards flow as naturally as water flows downstream. The universe abhors a vacuum of service. It rewards value creation. Your challenge and your destiny. The knowledge is now yours. The principles are clear. The blueprint for achievement lies before you. The power resides within your own mind. The question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you dismiss it as interesting theory? Or will you seize it, embrace it, and begin, today, to apply it with all the fervor of your being? Will you define your purpose? Will you seek your mastermind? Will you cultivate unshakable faith? Will you go the extra mile, cheerfully? Will you discipline your thoughts, your time, your habits? The analysis of 10,000 people proves this. Your future is not written in stone. It is written in the choices you make now and the habits you form daily. You have the power to shape it, to mold it, to achieve heights you may currently deem impossible. Begin today. Start where you stand. Use what you have. Do what you can. Apply just one principle consistently, and you will see results. Apply them all, with persistence, and you will unlock a life of accomplishment, significance, and profound personal power beyond your wildest dreams. Remember this. What the mind of man can conceive and believe, the mind of man can achieve, through the relentless application of these universal principles. Go forth and claim your rightful place among those who understand and harness the science of personal achievement. The world awaits your unique contribution. Thank you.